here, gonna take a look here at Ethereum, right? I don't cover Ethereum a whole lot, but I've seen some pretty interesting stuff here I want to cover with this thing, all right? If we go back to 2017, all right, back here to the previous bull run. What was it? Actually, what was it? January of 2018, roughly it topped in December. Bitcoin did anyway. But if you look at this chart, all right, it looks like a typical one, two. This should be your third wave down. You're your fourth wave comeback, touch the very end of wave one. All right, it looked like a perfect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, it did not do that. All right, this was COVID over here. All right, but the thing should have pulled back right to there because you can see here that's all the deeper. Had that push down from COVID, but that's about all the deeper it went. Went sideways, went into the next bull run. Kind of tricked everybody. All right, if you chart and you know Elliott waves, you would know that this looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It absolutely does. Especially once it started down here. All right, you can. Well, you can see all the sell volume there from that was from COVID and stuff, but even before that, this huge, all this red through here. All right, I kind of had everybody fold here. Now, if we go to this present time here, it looked like the same thing. Price action wise, a 1, 2, 3. You're at your fourth wave. Look at this. We came back, touched wave top of wave one, the push down. All right, and everybody normally you would be thinking of fifth wave down. All right, don't believe it's going to do that at all. In the end here, maybe it'll pull back down 1,200 bucks, go sideways, and then the next bull run will start. Price action repeats itself. Anybody at charts will tell you that. You can see similar stuff happening here. Okay, after it came back and retested, the wave one here, it failed to break through. It took. Roughly, there's the top till it broke above it. There's 400 days, okay, before it broke through in July of 2020 and we started our next bull run. So 400 days, all right, if we topped, right there was wave four. If we go out 400 days, that would put us into right around the next Bitcoin halving, all right, if this kept track with this, okay. Now the Bitcoin halving back here, not 100% sure when that was. Maybe right around the same time, April, May, somewhere right around there. All right, and I remember this. I remember this run like it was last week, man. I remember opening. I didn't. Nobody believed that it was finally happening, and it did. It was crazy. Ethereum dipped down. What was it? $84. Can you imagine? $84 grabbing Ethereum for that now. So if it does something similar here, I don't expect it to break above this 2163 area until the next bull run starting. I really don't. Now, if we look at a few things here that are pretty interesting, all right, we're going to dig in. And if you would, please hit the like and subscribe, guys. A level 3 membership, you can get my trading videos, over 7 hours of content in there, teaching you Elliott waves, all kinds of stuff for $14.99. So that's been pretty successful with that. Got really good feedback from it, and I appreciate you members more than you know. Thank you so very, very much, guys. I appreciate every one of you that take time to watch my videos. Thank you. I really mean that. All right, now if we look at the weekly RSI here, look at this thing. All right, it's only at a 52. It's halfway up here. All right, looking like it could break this. Is it going to? Let's look at the monthly. The monthly looks like it wants to turn back up. All right, so the 61 and a 68 here. You can see it curving. Looks like it wants to turn back up. All right, now. That's on the monthly. Okay, you can see that close on that wave one is way up here on the monthly, but on the weekly, all right, that let me see here, the wicks. Yeah, it's just going to be a very testing area. If we can break through that 2169, 2170 area, we got the weekly heading up, the monthly wanting to turn back up. We got the daily right at the top at 100 and 100. No bearish divergence down here. All right, you can see there's you had this high, then you had a higher high, just like in price action here. And it looks like it's running into definitely some resistance here. All right, right through. We're gonna get a line through here because it just broke this area here and it's back testing it right through here, right there. All right, you can see it broke that area. Now it's retesting, bouncing right on there. All right, we have our daily at the top. Could expect a little bit of a pullback here. All right, we got the 12-hour correcting, looking like it wants to turn back up. That thing's not coming straight down. All right, looks like a possible 5 waves up here. We got the 8-hour coming down, 44 to 53, but not pulling down real hard down here. All right, the 4-hour is down at the bottom. All right, so is this a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're expecting a 5th wave up here? We're gonna have to see how this works out. All right, I am expecting one push higher out of Ethereum. Where's it gonna go? All right, let's take a look here. Obviously, there is resistance here. It hit it. Okay, right there, and you can see it was support up here, support over here. So that's a valid area for that at 1856. Okay, we ended up hitting that. And we, like I said, we have that weekly still turning up here. Right, it has a long ways to go. It's at a 52. Now let's look at some possible areas here for this thing. If we put a Fibonacci on here, usually if you break through the 786 up here, that's a good sign. Usually you're going higher. All right, we have come. You got to be able to see these numbers. So I'm going to pull it out here a little bit away from that price action so you can see them. All right, we've come up through the 618. The 702 is at 1879, and at 786 is at 1922. If this thing can break through that 1922, then we're going to have to move, actually move this up here then, okay? And then see what it can do. But right now we take the previous high, take it from the low to the high. And that's how we get our measurements here. We're right up through that 618 right now, okay? I think this thing is going to break up through that 786, all right? And then we're going to have to look at these higher targets, you know, up here at 1907, 1959. That's where I believe it's heading, somewhere up through there, you know. Not financial advice, guys. I'm not a financial advisor at all. That's not my job, okay? But this looks like this could be a 5th wave coming up here. All right, now how you measure them out, usually you take a Fibonacci, put it on here. If that's all the deeper, that pulls back right there. This would give it a target right around 1929, the first one. And up here, 2054 is the second target. I believe that 1929 sounds pretty realistic. All right, then I would expect maybe a pullback from there because your daily is at the top here. All right, but that weekly is still pushing up, so could have a short-term pullback here, and then watch that. Watch once it hits that 1954. If we get up there, that's going to be very, very interesting. All right, we break through $2,000, and things could really get fun. I don't believe it's going to yet. That's a you know, that would be a back test of that wave 1 up here to get through there. I don't believe it's gonna, you know, it's maybe gonna come up here and double top, you know, possibly up around that 2169. So we'll see what happens, but we got that weekly pushing up here, and usually when you have a weekly RSI pushing up, you can see this one here had this big push here, one before had this big push here, one before had this push. They ended up being, you know, that one there was 64%. The one after that right here ended up being 132%. The next one on the weekly, it was about reset right there, being fair about this, did a 92%. Right, and then we just had this little bump here, but How much did that end up being? This weekly right here, it ended up being about a 25% push. Right now we are at 17, right? So to get up there would be a 40%. You know, with Bitcoin running like it is, I believe Bitcoin has a little bit further up to go. So we'll see what happens. Right now, this thing's, you know, it's holding on here. So looks like, let me check something out here. I'm going to measure something here because this looks like an ABC. I don't look at Ethereum a whole lot. Yeah, it measured out perfect. And if you take a Fibonacci on here, after this ended up being an ABC right here. This was an A. This was your B leg. Put this on top of your B. That gives you your C leg target right down here. That's what that was. That was an ABC correction in there. Right here. A, B, C. And then you should be starting your next run up, okay? And what you do is you go, there was 5 waves in here, a ABC correction, and you should be doing 5 waves in here. All right, if you go into 4 hour, you can see the waves forming out a little bit better on a 4 hour chart. All right, see, this looks like a right here, looks like a 1, 2, 3. Should have some kind of 4, and then who knows, we'll have to see where that 5th wave heads. You know, somewhere, you know, we'll see, we'll just have to see how high it goes. Depends on the volume coming in. We got nice volume coming in here. We'll just have to see, but it looks like it has one more push up. This this pullback, who knows where it could come to, you know. We'll just have to keep an eye on that, but we'll see. Maybe it's done now. Maybe it's going to do that final push up and then get a correction. But that weekly RSI looks beautiful. All right, guys, thank you so very, very much. Please hit the like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.